Hi, hello. Welcome back to Java Talkies. In the last video, we discussed about what is project reactor and how to create a publisher. So project reactor provides two types of publishers. One is Mono, another is Flux. In the last couple of videos, we discussed about how to create Mono publisher using these methods: empty, just, error, defer, create, from supplier, from callable, from future, from runnable, from method. So if you guys not watched the previous videos, please watch it. I will provided link in the description. In today's video, we are going to discuss about what is the difference between these methods, when we have to use these methods, so what is the conditions. So we are going to discuss in this video. So these are methods and these are conditions when we have to use these methods. Okay. So we will go through one by one. The first one, empty. So empty is a method. It will return nothing. Okay. So this function must return a mono without any error. So in some cases, we need to return a mono without any data. In that case, we can use this method Mono.empty. Okay. The second one, just or just empty. This method we can use if data already existed. For this method, it needs an argument, any data. Okay. So when we're dealing with any pre-generated data, at the time we can use or we should use this just method. Okay. So this just method value captured at the time of instantiation. Okay, not at the time of subscription. So when the just method just publisher is instantiated, then only the value is captured. So this is the main thing we need to check with the just method. The third one, error. This error method we can use when we want to return a mono with an error. So it is same as empty, but in the empty we are returning without any error. If you want to send a mono publisher with any error, in that case we can use error method mono.error. The fourth one, defer. It is same as just, but it needs an argument as a supplier. Okay, and the main difference between just and defer is the defer will not execute until we subscribe the publisher. So defer is a publisher, right? So until we subscribe the defer publisher, it will not execute, or it will not any it will not any it will capture any value. Okay, but coming to just, it will capture the value at the time of instantiation. Coming to defer, it will capture the value at the time of subscription. When we subscribe the publisher, at the time only it will capture the value. Okay, this is the main difference between just and defer. Coming to create, if you want to create a method, create a mono publisher with create method, when you want to create a mono based on signals. Okay, in some cases, sometimes for example, the data is processed successfully, so we need a signal. Okay, this is done, or the emitter is completed, emitter is successfully completed, or emitter is failed or cancelled. So we need a signal. So if you want to create a mono publisher with an emitters or signals, in that case we can use create method. So coming to next one, from supplier. From supplier, so when data needs to be generated or create a mono from non-existed data. So if you in the just method, the data is already, if you want to create a mono using from existed data, we can use just method. Coming to from supplier or from callable, so when we need to deal with non-existed data, at the time we can use from supplier. Okay, so the from supplier, so this is the interface, it is from Java 8. Okay, coming to from callable, from callable is the same as supplier. So there is no difference. From supplier and from callable all both are same. The only the difference is the callable is interface from Java 5, supplier is from Java 8. In some cases, if you want to, if, if you have a case, it will return callable interface that is from Java 5. In that case, we can use from callable. If it is from Java 8, we can use from supplier. Okay, the third one, from future. So if you want to process an asynchronous data is coming from publisher or anything. So at the time we can use from future. So if you want to use a completable future, so we can use from future. Coming to from runnable, so it is same as from future. Coming to from runnable, it is does not require any input, and also it is written any value. It will not return any value. In some cases, we have like the data or business logic will execute at a long time process. At the time we can use this from runnable. So if you don't need any data after executing that logic, then we can use from runnable. So this is the difference between from feature and from runnable. The last one, from, it is same as just, but it needs an argument publisher. Coming to in the last slide we discussed differ, right? It needs an argument as supplier. Coming to from, it needs an argument a publisher. Okay, this is same as differ. It will not execute until we subscribe the publisher. Okay, it will not capture any value until we subscribe the publisher. So these are the main differences between mono publisher methods. So hope you guys understood. If you have any doubts, please add a comment. I will explain if you have any doubt. Thank you. If you like this video, please click on like button, share to your friends, add a comment. Thank you. Thank you so much.